All right, guys. Something else I just want to touch on real quick. Something that my buddies and I have been talking about, and it's really cool in an interesting kind of way. And that is the CBDCs, the central bank digital currencies, right? Um, Everyone knows that eventually, probably here soon, we are going to see the end of cash, and it's going to look like we're going to move to the central bank digital currency. Um, the cool thing about that, in a weird way, is that we are getting closer. That is a big stepping stone, towards what the Bible talks about. And it says here, it's now the Bible. It's funny because the book of Revelation is talking about like towards the end of world history and everything. And you know how you've always heard all these conspiracy theorists say, oh, the New World Order, the New World Order, they want a one world government. They want to consolidate all the world governments into one, and this and that. Where that idea has come from is the Bible. So that's where these people are all getting this from. Because the Bible says towards the end of the world history before Christ returns, they're going to the world is going to consolidate all the powers of all the countries into one world power, one world government. So that's, when you hear those famous clips from like George Bush Sr. when he's like a new world order and stuff like that. And people are talking about the new world order and all this conspiracy theory stuff about how they want to consolidate all the world power into one government, the United Nations, all that kind of stuff, right? Where they get those ideas, the conspiracy theorists, where they get those ideas that the governments of the world are attempting to do that is from the Bible, because the Bible says ultimately towards the end of world history that all the world governments will be consolidated into one world government. So it's kind of interesting. After that happens in the book of Revelation, it talks about one person that is basically ruling the world. And it says here, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save he have the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Now, so it's interesting because it says that this ruler, a lot of Christians refer to him as the Antichrist, right? Will cause everybody, it says great and small, which basically means like, people with status, billionaires, Elon Musk, Brad Pitt, whatever. And small is talking about just like, worker bee guys like me who go turn a wrench all day long and nobody knows who I am, right? So he'll cause everybody, rich and poor, great and small, don't matter who you are. He's going to cause everyone to receive a mark. And it says in their hand or in their head, which is really interesting. It says in, not on, because my ideas of it is like an RF radio frequency ID chip. And I watched a lecture on this, how your head and your hand are the two places where you get rapid temperature changes in your body the most. And that's how they can charge. They actually charge little microchips and stuff like that are inserted into dogs or whatever. They're actually charged by temperature change and temperature fluctuation. So it's interesting that it's in your head or in your hand, because those are the two places on your body where your temperature that see the most temperature fluctuation. So I found that interesting. But anyway, it says they're going to get a mark in their head or in their hand, and they cannot buy or sell except they have the mark. So anyway, I just think if you look at that and you put that together with, connect some dots and look at the central bank digital currency and what's going on there, where eventually there's going to be no cash. So your means of buying and selling are going to be restricted to digital devices and numbers in a bank. None of it. There's going to be no cash. So I just find it interesting, and to me, it really looks like a stepping stone toward what the Bible was talking about, which is what they call the mark of the beast, right? Which is where you can't buy or sell unless you have some sort of. Now, I'm interpreting this. I'm taking some liberty on it, but where you have some sort of chip or something implanted in your head or in your hand. Anyway, just some food for thought there. I think it's really cool in a way to see these things come to pass, because it just goes to show you how valid the Bible is. What are the chances that someone 2,000 years ago could have wrote and warned us, today of things that are going to happen like that. And that is one of the main validations going forward, that you'll know that Bible prophecy is true and that the Bible is 100% true in what it's saying. Because there's no way some guy 2,000 years ago could have warned you that you're going to have a mark in your hand or in your head, and you can't buy or sell without that mark. That just sounds ludicrous back then, because they bartered. A lot of times they didn't even use money. A lot of times they literally traded fish for whatever you have, and this and that. I mean, they had money too, but cashless buying things with a mark in your head or your hand doesn't even make sense 2,000 years ago. And so I think it's kind of amazing and incredible that we see these stepping stones and these small increments of things, and if you look at like the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, and they're working on getting everyone a digital ID, even like people in third world countries in India, like where there's massive population, they're looking at getting everyone a digital ID. And that just goes with the central CBDC, the central bank digital currency. I mean, all these dots connect, and it's just incredible to me. And it's exciting to see the times we're living in, and where the world is going to go, and watch how world history plays out exactly how the Bible said it would, exactly how God directed that it would play out thousands of years beforehand. And he even told us about it to let us know it was going to happen. It's really cool. Anyway, just some food for thought there. Let me know what you think.